Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined back by the legend and icon herself, the one, the only Countess Luann de Lesseps.
Hi, my darling. So great to see you. I love your little Santa hat.
Well, I mean, we're wearing a Santa hat because we do have something to talk about. A Very Countess Christmas. People have been
Yes.
waiting and it is here.
Yes, I'm super excited. It's an all new show. I have no guests this time around. It's all me. I have a new director, Richard J. Alexander, who is an icon in of itself. He is just a diva, fabulousness, and so is Billy Stritch. So I'm working with the two best people in the business, and I'm feel so blessed because they're amazing. And so it's an all new show. I'm starting on tour November 30th, running 8 dates and 8 nights over at 54 Below, and then I'm in Florida. I'm in DC, Boston, New Jersey. So you can check it out on my website, countessluann.com, and you'll have all the dates right there. And it's a really fun show, and I'm super excited. I'm working really hard to bring it. I'm going to bring it.
How good does it feel after COVID? I mean, you were selling out night after night to take such a long break. How great does it feel to be like back performing live?
It's great. I mean, it's the creative part of the process of doing the show is the most fun, that I enjoy the most. It's a lot of kind of Christmas music that I kind of flip on its head and have fun with. And of course, there's always stories, and I love to do the Q&A with the audience. So it's really going to be a fun time, and I couldn't be more excited to get back on stage because cabaret was a lifesaver for me in terms of all the things I've been through in my life, and it was just gives me so much joy, and I love the reaction of the fans who love the show, and they love it because it's a great show, and I'm very proud of it.
And it's starting out, listen, I've been to your show many, many, many,
I
many
know,
times.
you're the best.
Well, you're the best and it's a great show, but it's starting out this, November 30th back at 54 Below. I mean, how are you nostalgic to start right back where this, it was the little show that could when this just started.
That's right. That was, that's where the show started. And I am, so happy to be back, again, after these last couple of years, and to be back in my home. It's like home base, it's like home field. So I'm, and I love the venue. I love 54 Below, Feinstein's. Michael is a friend of mine, and to be able to play his club. I mean, I have 8 shows. I think they're almost sold out. So we might be adding more shows. So that's exciting too, to know that people are really excited. They're buying tickets. They really want to see the show. That's a great, beautiful thing for me to know that people are excited about it.
And we're going to hear the new song, What Do I Want for Christmas, performed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're going to see the video, which is coming out soon. So the song and the video is coming out in November. So, but for those who are in the audience, you'll get to, be in the room with me and all the ladies, because a lot of the ladies are in the video of the Housewives.
How did you decide? And I think it's a great idea this time around to just have it be all Countess Luann de Lesseps and no guests.
Well, I really saw through doing my shows that whenever I went off the stage, people were on their phones, they were talking, they were not paying attention. So I realized that they really just want to see me, and they came for me. So it should be me the whole time. So I decided I'm not going to have any guests, aside from, of course, special guests who might just pop in. Always welcome. I love, there's so many, great, talented people out there, and, housewives and, friends that I have that are fabulous. So you never know, there might be a surprise guest appearance every once in a while, but the show is really written and based on me this time around. And if a guest pops up, fantastic.
Well, speaking of that, you've had so many of the housewives in your show, pop up and in your videos, not just from New York. We had Lisa Rinna and Cynthia Bailey in Feeling Giovanni. If there was one housewife off the top of your head that you would love to have in like your next video for maybe your next song, who would come to mind?
Let's see.
It doesn't have to be New York.
Right. No, I'm thinking probably Kathy Hilton or Kyle. I love Kyle. I got to know Kyle on the Ultimate Girls Trip. So I really love her, and it would be a little fun to have a little Hilton sister action,
There ain't nothing wrong with a Kyle or a Kathy Hilton. That is for
right?
sure. When you look back, like speaking of where it all began at 54, it was the little show that could. You went on, you sold out all of these venues. Like, do you ever look back and just say, like, wow, like this cabaret is a real, this is huge. Do you ever?
This is my career. It's not just like you say, it was a little show that couldn't in the very beginning, and now it's grown into a Live Nation tour, and I couldn't be more thrilled, and I get so much joy being on stage, and I love it. So I mean, for me to think back after the last 2 years of shows, I did like 90 shows in 2 years, so I was on the road a lot, and I loved every minute of it. So I'm super excited that this is happening again, and 2021 is here, and we're able to move on. I know people are still trepidatious about theaters, but it's safe. Everybody is COVID, vaccinated, etc. So I'm super excited to be back in the room with my fans, and that's why I didn't really do anything online. I just really wanted to wait until it was safe to be out there and get on stage, because there's nothing like a live show in person.
I would agree with that. What about if you could do a duet with any singer, male or female? Like, who would you love to do a duet with?
Oh, well, one of my favorites is Kristen Chenoweth. And let's see, Kristen Chenoweth is one of my faves. God, there's so many people that I would love to, Dua Lipa, Selena Gomez. I mean, Kelly Clarkson, the list goes on.
There's nothing wrong with that list. Nothing wrong with that
Did you
list.
see Kelly? Well, I did just put something, we're doing the Kelly Clarkson show coming up, and I put on my Instagram her singing Money Can't Buy You a Class. How fabulous was that?
Oh, listen, I'm a huge Kelly Clarkson fan, and I saw that on your Instagram, and I was like, this is like the combo that like I am living for here.
Yeah.
Speaking of guests and housewives that have appeared with you over the years, now that, RHONY season 13 is over, how did that feel? Like it ended on a high note.
It ended, we ended on a good note. I felt like, we said everything we had to say. It was disappointing we didn't have the reunion, but timing wise, and it was just too late to the party. And so we're just moving on. And, I know there's some casting going on, so I'm looking forward to the next season.
Well, I'm looking forward to the next season too. Speaking of season 14, is there anything is there any news you can break here today, Luann?
Well, I don't really have news on the next season. I just know that there will be a next season, and I'm really looking forward to getting our show back and getting our girls back on Bravo, So I have no doubt the show is definitely coming back, and, we're going to come back stronger than ever because we're in New York City.
Listen, this is the best city in the world, right?
Isn't it? I mean, I love it. I was walking around because it's fall and it's just so beautiful out, and and the history that the city has. And I was at Columbus Circle yesterday and just walking around in the fountains, and just that whole area in Central Park, and it's just so beautiful. So I feel very lucky to have New York City as our backdrop for our show.
And now things are open. I'm looking forward to season 14 also.
Yeah.
What about, do you listen, you're an OG, you've been at this 13 seasons. Do you play into all of, casting rumors and chatter that, surfaces on the blogs and all of that? Like, does that?
No, listen, darling, I've been on the show for 13 years because I have staying power, because I don't let the talk and the gossip, get to me. I'm not involved per se in casting. Although, of course, I weigh in heavily on who might be casted, I'd like to think, because, I am an OG, so whoever they bring around. And anyway, so I don't know, who will be on next season. I just know that whatever and whoever is on next season, it'll be stronger than ever because, New York City ain't going anywhere.